Namaste. Welcome to shailaji.com. I am Shaila Vasuna. Today I'll be doing part 2 of the previous video which I had done. Earlier I had done samas. First part I did where I explained to you about samas, and then I went with the different types of samas. So I told you what is samastapad, what is samas vigraha. Then I told you the difference between shabd and pad. I told you how many types are there, what does that pad mean, what is the meaning of that pad, what is samastapad overall, what is that samas. So all that I had explained, and I told you there are 6 types. Actually there are 4 types, and Tatpurush samas has got subdivision where you have 2 under it. Overall we see it is 6 samas. As you are 10th or 12th standard students, you will be asked what are the samas, and you needn't say it is Tatpurush and under that 2, not required. They just ask you what samas it is and what is the samas vigraha, that means the split of it. Vigraha means splitting. Now I told you there are 6 types of samas. So they are avyayi bhav, tatpurush, dvandva, dvigu, karmadare, bahubrihi. Okay, 6 types of samas. Now today I'll be doing 2 samas. I'll be showing you here, because the more I do samas, then it's very difficult to explain to you clearly. At the same time, if I'm going to rush, you will not be able to understand, because this surely you need to understand, and it carries quite a bit of marks, so you cannot miss it out, or you should not get confused. So I want to go a little slow, but please don't miss to watch this video till the end, because I might be giving you some tricks how to identify it. Maybe end of this I will be giving you some exercise also. I will be telling how to solve it. I already told you in the previous video, grammar is like math, right? So let us go into the video. Now I told you the 6 types of samas, and I will be starting with the first one, avyayi bhav samas. Remember, I also told you the shortcut to remember all the 6 samas, right? I think you remember it is dvandvi aptak. Dvandvi aptak. I think you remember it. So now avyayi bhav samas. Now in what I'll tell you the tricks or the important points how to remember and how to identify the samas, right? Because both carry marks. The splitting also carries marks for you, and to mention what samas it is, that also carries marks. So you should be very careful in giving the answer for both. Now avyayi bhav samas. When I'm saying avyayi bhav samas, the word itself says avyay. Okay, avyay. Avyay means jiska parivartan na ho sake. That means there cannot be any change in it. Avyay means avikari. Jiska vikar na ho. There cannot be any change in it. So that is avyay. So from that only, this is avyayi bhav. So jiska bhav prakat ho. So avyayi bhav samas. Now how to identify avyayi bhav samas? Now you know this is avyayi bhav samas. Now how to identify, or you can also take it as a definition, but I've given that in splits so that it will be easy for you to remember. The first and foremost thing is pratham pad pradhan. That is, in avyayi bhav samas, there is going to be one particular samas. Means, for example, if I'm going to say now, if I'm going to give you a word amaran, okay, if I'm going to give you a word amaran, now you see this is one and this is one. There is a split, okay. ये तो पहला पद है, ये दूसरा पद है, okay. So first part, second part. Now with this, I will tell you exactly. In avyayi bhav samas, पहला पद, that is this one, pradhan hota hai. So the first part will be important, because this only is avyay. So this is only avyay or avikari shabd. There cannot be any change. So this part cannot be changed. And the second part has quite a big meaning to it. This one will give you a detailed meaning, and this, when there is a avyay here, the following word which comes, that also becomes totally avyay. So this whole thing becomes avyay Okay, avyay. Now, maran means what? Death. Maran means maran tak. Okay, maran means maran tak or marne tak. Maran tak, till death. Generally, children make mistake when there comes Jeevan and Maran. So what they'll write, because it is Maran tak, they'll write Jeevan. When it comes Jeevan, Jeevan bhar they will write Jeevan tak. Because here, same way, Maran, it comes means, they'll say, like how they're writing Jeevan bhar, like that Maran bhar. So you should know, understand the meaning of this, exactly what it is. So these words, I mean, whatever samas, all that, it is only the, what to say, the expression of words. To you increase the vocabulary, you are adding on more and more words and you make new words. Now see here, this is maran. Is having a meaning and maran is having a meaning. Now both together they have given you a particular a word, and that has a meaning. Now maran, when I'm saying, as I said, पहला पद प्रधान होता है एंड दूसरा पद, ये पहला पद अव्यय और दोनों मिलके अव्यय हो जाते हैं. सो बोथ बिकम अव्यय. नाउ दिस इज कॉल्ड अव्ययी भाव समास. This cannot be changed. Will be the same. It will not change into any other form. So this is the minimum form and this doesn't change. So this is the one, this is one particular, the first one what I said. The second point, pehla pad upsarg, that is, it is prefix. The first part, it is prefix. Now these are all, this is the second part and this first part. In avyayi bhav samas, the first part will always be a prefix, that is upsarg. अगर शब्द को अलग करें तो पहला पद हमेशा उपसर्ग होता है. It will always be उपसर्ग. So that is one. Now I hope you have understood what it is. This is samasta pad, this is samas vigrah, and this is samas. What type of samas it is, this you'll write. So this is पूरा जो है वो समस्त पद है. ये पहला पद है, ये दूसरा पद है. And when in exam they will give you like this one word and they'll ask you to write vigrah. So when they ask you vigrah, you will write maran tak, and they'll ask you samas ka bhed, then you'll write avyayi bhav samas. Have you understood? Now the third point, how to identify it. I've given the third one is शब्द की आवृत्ति के कारण पूरा पद अव्यय. आवृत्ति means the word comes again and again, that is punaravritti, repetition, or the same thing here also which repeats. So शब्द की आवृत्ति, when the word repeats, like how I've given here, रातों रात, बीचों बीच, साफ साफ, you see here they are all repeated. आवृत्ति, the repetition of words. रातों रात means रात ही रात में, बीच ही बीच में, and then the next one साफ साफ means बिल्कुल साफ, total clean. Now this way if you see, what is it? The words which come like that and which have repetition, they also come under avyayi bhav samas. And see here, one more to identify it. Pehla pad avyay. So the first part is avyay. Samasta pad avyay ban jata. The full word becomes avyay. So this is avyayi bhav samas. I hope you have understood. Now let me give you some examples for it. For example, beshak means shak ke bina, no doubt, we say in English, right? So shak ke bina means without any doubt. Bina means without. So beshak, shak ke bina. Ajivan. Ajivan means Jeevan Bhar, lifelong. So Ajivan, Jeevan Bhar. The next one is Yata Shakti. Yata means always it is according to, ke anusar. So Yata Shakti means Shakti ke anusar. Okay? According to the strength. Bhar pet. Bhar pet means stomach full. Pet bharkar. So bhar pet, pet bharkar. Now I've given here the words like this. All these yata, bhar, be, all these are upsar, and I've given you some more upsarg over here. Be, yata, bhar, prati, ni, nihi, pra, an, Rato, rat, these are repetition. So till here, few I have given. The words which start with all these, not only these, I have given few of it. There are so many prefix, that is upsar. I have named a few. So the words which come with these are all Avyayi Bhav Samas. So if you don't know the meaning for it, children who find it very difficult, who feel they don't know the meaning of all these, how am I going to find out? So at that situation, you remember these words. Be, maximum, these kind of words only keep repeating again and again. In these, surely one or two will definitely click for you when you write the board exam. So, be, a, yata, bhar, prati, ni, nihi, pra, an. I've given, still there are anu, sa, sa, su, like that you have words, the upsar or the prefix. So when you get like that, you should be very sure that they all come under Avyayi Bhav Samas. So now I think you have understood what is Avyayi Bhav Samas. Very easy it is if you follow it correctly and if you understand all these points and the tricks which I had given you. Next time when you get any samas, you try to remember these points and identify it, you will get good marks. The next one, I am taking Tatpurush Samas. Now when I am talking about Tatpurush Samas, first one I said Avyayi Bhav, पहला पद प्रदान होता है. Now in Tatpurush Samas, दूसरा पद प्रदान होता है. The second part of the full word. Two parts I said, no? In that, first part was important in Avyayi Bhav. Now the second part is important in Tatpurush. So remember this, दूसरा पद प्रधान होता है and समस्त पद के बीच में विभक्ति चिन्ह का लोप होता है. Now earlier also I told you, you need to know the meaning of the words. So your vocabulary should be little good. Only then you will be able to understand. So you have to keep watching or reading, understanding so many words. Now here what I am trying to tell you is, when there is a samasta pad, a full word, we divide that into two by saying first part, second part. Now in that, between the two, that is, now for example I am saying, I'm giving Rah Kharch. Okay, I am giving the word Rah Kharch. Now if you, what is the split? Rah and Kharch. This is first part, this is second part. Pehla pad, dusra pad. Rah is first part, Kharch is dusra pad. Now in Tatpurush Samas, dusra pad pradhan hota hai. The second part will be important and the whole thing is called Samastapad, as I told you. Here, now, between these two words, there is Karak hidden. So, Karak ka lop, Karak chinha. Karak chinha means the parsarg or the vibhakti chinha. Like ne, ko, se, me, par, ka, ke, ki, ra, re, ri, all that we keep telling, right? So those are the vibhakti chinha. If you have not watched my Karak video, please watch it. I've done 2 to 3 parts in it, so you will be able to understand when you're coming for Tatpurush Samas, because that's very, very important. Now, between these two words, there is a Karak hidden, which will come when you split it. Samas vigrah करने पर उस कारक को जोड़ देंगे बीच में. So we will add the karak in between these two words. So that is the second point. Now the third point, totally how many? Kul 8 karak. Kul means total. Kul 8 karak hai. You know there are totally 8 types of karak. Karta ne, karam ko, karan se. Sampradhan ko ke liye, apadan se. Sambandh ka ke ki, adhikaran me par, then sambodhan he hare. So you have totally 8. In Tatpurush, we will use only 6. In Tatpurush Samas, we will be using only 6 karak. But we have totally 8 karak. Now, which are excluded? The first and the last. Karta ne and Sambodhan he are. So these two are not used in Tatpurush Samas. From the second to the seventh. So you will be using. So from the second to the seventh karak we will be using here. So the first one and the eighth one is, these two are not there. Okay, I hope you have understood. Now the first karak and the last karak in that order is not there. In between, that is from the second number to the seventh number, you have all the karak. These two are not there, karta and sambodhan. Now you have understood. Coming to the karak, the types I said, no. So the second type is karma. Karma ko. Karta ne is not there. Karma ko. Now when I'm talking about the karma tatpurush, I'm giving you some examples in that. Swargagat. If I'm going to say Swargagat, this is total Samastapad, right? This full thing is Samastapad. Now how you divide this? What are the two words? Swarg is one word, Gat is one word. Now in between these two there is the ko. What is the vibhakti china of karma? It is karma ko. So ko is missing. Now when I'm saying Swarg Gat, it is Swarg ko Gat. Understood? Swarg ko Gat matlab Swarg jana, to go to heaven. So Swarg ko Gat jana. Now another one I'm giving you, Yash Prapt. Yash Prapt, Yash ko Prapt. Yash means what? Fame, Prasiddhi. Now Yash ko Prapt means to attain fame, to get that fame. So Prapt karna. Yash ko Prapt karna, to get it. So see the meaning, Yash ko Prapt. So that ko has come in between these two. So if you know the meaning of this word, you will know what to place there. To it is, the meaning is to go to heaven. So go to heaven. To, T-O, so karma, to. The next one is Karan Tatpurush. Okay, Karan means, you know, say, ke dwara, by. So that is Karan, some instrument, right? You do it. Now here I have given Hasta Likit. When I'm saying Hasta Likit, Hasta means heart. Okay, Hasta in Sanskrit and in Hindi we say Hath. So Hasta Likit means Hasta Dwara Likit. That means written by hand. Likit, likhna. So Hath Dwara Likhna, to write by hand. So now you should know the meaning, then only you'll be able to place the right karak over there. The next one, Tulsi Krit. Tulsi Krit is Tulsi, you know, Tulsi Das, who wrote Ramcharitamanas, right? Tulsi Das. So Tulsi Krit. Here, what is the split? It is written by Tulsi Das. The meaning is Tulsi Krit means the literary works which have been done by Tulsi Das. So the meaning is Tulsi Dwara Krit. Tulsi Dwara likha gaya. So that is the meaning here. The next one, Man Chaha. Now Man is one word, Chaha is one word. Two words. The second part is important in all these. Now when I'm saying that Man se Chaha, that is I mean you want something wholeheartedly. Man se kuch chahna. You desire for something with your heart, with your mind. So that is man chaha, man se chahna ya chaha. Okay. Now let me go to the third one. Sampradhan Tatpurush. You know Sampradhan ke liye. Now Desh Bhakti, patriotism. Desh Bhakti, when we are saying that, what will be the thing? The love towards your country, right? So, Desh ke liye bhakti, the love you have, the bhakti you have towards your nation, towards the country. So, or you have for the country. So, that is Desh ke liye bhakti. The next one is Rasoi Ghar. Rasoi means what? Kitchen, right? Rasoi Ghar also is the same. The place where you cook. So, the place for cooking. Rasoi ke liye ghar. The place for cooking is called kitchen. The next one is apadan. So now you see in every word in the पूरे समस्त पद में एक विभक्ति का लोप होता है. One symbol is missing. That is the chinha. The next one is apadan tatpurush. There is difference between karan tatpurush and apadan tatpurush. Karan, it is instrumental to do with, through, by. But apadan is from, separation, alag hona. Now, apadan tatpurush, janmand. Janma. Now you should know when it's coming together, what is the split of this? It is a sandhi actually. I have not taught you sandhi yet. So the difference between sandhi and samas is, sandhi is splitting of letters and samas is splitting of words. Now here, janmand, what is the split? Janma plus and, okay? Janma plus and, it is janmand. So now, here if you see, the two words split is what? Janma plus and. That is the two words here. Now what is the meaning? And means andha, blind. They are blind from birth. So janma se anda, blind by birth or from birth. The next one, desh nikala, that is exile. Desh nikala, to send out of the country. So desh se nikala, to send them from the country. Desh nikala, desh is separate word, nikala is separate word. Desh se nikala is samas vigrah. So this side whatever I am giving the split is samas vigrah. For that, when you are writing the word, the question will be this. These are the questions. The splitting will be samas vigrah will be this, and at the end what you would write, samas ke bed means you will write tatpurush samas. The next one is dhanheen. Heen means without, bina. So dhan se heen, yeah, they are totally in the poverty. Dhanheen, dhan se heen, because they don't have wealth, they are in a very low level. So dhan se heen. Heen means tuch, बहुत ही कम स्तर में रहना, to be at a very low level. So dhan se heen. Now the next one is sambandh tatpurush, sambandh. Now when I am saying sambandh, what it is? Relativity, some connection with the first word and the second word. So that will be there. Now when I am talking about that, in sambandh tatpurush, it is ka, ke, ki. These three are there. So ka means the following word. If it is masculine, it is ka. If the following word is feminine, it is ki. If the following word is plural, it is masculine plural, it is ke. Now I have given three examples over here so that you will be able to understand. Senapati. Senapati, you always know Senapati means soldier. Then you'll be wondering what it is. So Sena ka pati, the chief of the Sena, army. So army chief is Senapati, Sena ka pati. Rashtrapati, Rashtra ka pati. Understood? So that is the chief of the nation, of the so Rashtrapati. So we say president as Rashtrapati, the chief of the nation. So, or the president of it. Now Senapati, when I am saying Sena ka pati. The next one is Paradhin. Now pati is masculine, so it is ka. Okay? Paradhin. Paradhin means the opposite of paradhin is swadhin. Swadhin, paradhin. Par means dusra. Like paropakar. Par plus upakar only is paropakar. Same way paradhin. Par ke adhin. That is to depend on others. Dusro ke adhin, you are under the control of someone else. Paradhin, par ke adhin, dusre ke adhin hona. So ke adhin, here it is. So it is masculine, plural. Why? Because you are under someone. The next one is Raj Sabha. Raj Sabha means, don't write Raj ki Sabha. Many children do that mistake. Raj Putra means Raj ka Putra. They write. How can they be the son of the throne? No, they are the son of the king. That Putra is the son of that Raja. So Raja ka Putra. Raj Putra means you should not say Raj ka Putra. It should be Raja ka Putra. Raj Kumari, if they say Raja ki Kumari. Don't write Raj ki Kumari because it's given Raj Kumari or Raj Kumar. Don't think it is Raj. It is Raja. Okay? Now, Raj Sabha. When I am saying Raja ki Sabha. Sabha is feminine. So, it is Raja ki Sabha. Don't say Raj ki Sabha. It is Raja. Raj is the throne or the kingdom. But Raja is king. So Raj Sabha, Raja ki Sabha. You have to understand the meaning and then do the split, otherwise you'll go wrong. The last one is Adhikaran Tatpurush Me Par. The two vibhakti are Me Par. One vas. One may vas. Vas karna means rehna, to live. So one may vas, to live in the forest. Good savar. Good means ghoda. Good savar, ghode par savar, to ride on a horse. So good savar, ghode par savar. So to go on the horses, ghode par savar. See, all these I had given based on the karak chinha, the types of karak, and I have given example for each type. I had given 2 to 3 examples so that you will be able to understand exactly how this Tatpurush Samas, those 6 types in Tatpurush, the 6 types, how it will be differentiated, how you will be able to identify them. And first and foremost, what I told you was you should know the meaning of those words and what is the split of it. So if you know that, it's really easy, and you know, practice makes man perfect. So it is not just by watching a video, but you have to keep practicing more and more to make yourself perfect and to get full marks in your board exam for any type of grammar. So for this sake only I had concentrated more on this, and I'm going to do in 3 to 4 parts because you should be able to understand. Now in this particular video I have done focused on 2 samas. One is Avyayi Bhav Samas, the other one is Tatpurush Samas. I hope you have enjoyed this video, watched it, and please try to do more examples with these tricks which I had given. So please do like, share and subscribe my channel. Click the bell icon so that you get my latest notification. Until then, namaste.